Hey, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl Sis-Lo. Just dropping in for a little midday chat. Nothing really of great importance I wanted to discuss today, but just a little chit chat along the way. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was the I'm sorry was the I'm sorry, a little preoccupied. What's the situation with Tamar? And I was talking about on yesterday, I believe it was, the situation with Tamar and her boyfriend slash fiance, Mr. David Adefeso, and him going out and taking a restraining order, taking out a restraining order on her for allegedly attacking him in the car while they were driving and while she was on her way to treatment, to a mental health facility for treatment. And he alleges that while he was driving, she was video recording herself attacking him, and she sent the video to his mom and his family or whomever, and that she punched him in his neck or his jugular, as he puts it, and that it's also alleged that the argument came about because she had a problem with him posting her son on social media while they were at the beach, and she was just wondering why was he using her son, um, that his intentions may not have been good. So my thing is I'm going to be honest with you and say it causes me to question Mr. Adefeso or David, because he took out a restraining order on her for punching him in the neck. Now, let me say, I don't condone violence from any person. I don't care if it's from him or if it's from her. I don't condone violence of any kind. A man shouldn't put uh, his hands on a woman, and a woman shouldn't put her hands on a man, especially in most cases. Most men are way more powerful or stronger than women. And neither do I think that you should ever emasculate a man, nor should you minimalize a woman. So I'm not saying that it was okay, but it just strikes me as odd for him to be uh, bigger and stronger than her, for him to have feel that it was necessary to have had to take out a restraining order on her. Like, it's not like the sister's gonna get up and sing them off stages. I don't know. I'm just saying. It just seemed like a bish a move, if you want to be honest about it. I don't know any strong men that I know of that if you would have punched him in the neck or punched him in the throat, he would have ran to the police station and filed a restraining order. He would have been like, look, I'm about to put you out of here and take you home to your mama. And that's that. But I don't see him saying, oh, okay, the first thing I need to do is run to the police station and file a restraining order. It seemed a little bit more manufactured than that. It appears to me that there was some other underlying uh, motives to him, taking that stance. I'm just thinking, there was some other reason why, he probably did that. Um, and even if it were to protect his reputation, his work, his money, his reputation, whatever it was, I could see him doing that. But if he loved her and he were a strong back man, this is my opinion. He wouldn't have been so quick to jump on social media to defend himself and to go to the police to file a restraining order against her. Now, if she had said, I'm going to put a bounty on your head or something to that effect, then, I would say, hey, she threatened to take me out or have me murdered or blah, 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 something like that. And you think that she had capabilities to do so, then I can understand that. But for a domestic altercation, and I'm not minimalizing any altercation because you take it all seriously. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying there were other ways that I would think that he should handle it, just as a lot of people think that there were other ways that he could have handled the 911 call when he called that he was offering a bit more information or than necessary or information that didn't even fit the situation at the time. He was more concerned about explaining what was going on rather than um, trying to see that she was okay. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that perhaps, he was, it was manufactured or it was a little enhanced, so to speak, for personal gain of some sort? Do you think that him filming himself with Logan at the beach was manufactured, or do you think it was just a mom's loving boyfriend being a bonus dad for little Logan and spending quality time and just wanting to share that with family and not really thinking much of it? I don't know, but from Tamar's perspective, she is saying that he was the one that actually put hands on her first, and that wasn't apparently not the first time that Mr. Adefeso has allegedly put his thy hands up on the thigh body of the Tamar Braxton. So we know that Tamar can be rather mouthy, and we've seen it over the years that she's got a powerful set of chops for more than just thinking. She can really she's quick with the tongue. So, um, still, I don't think there's just cause for anyone to put their hands on you. So, I'm just wondering, guys, what do you think? Do you think that maybe Tamar does have some extensive mental issues that she needs to have taken care of at this point? Do you think that it's going to subsequently affect her losing custody of her son? Do you think that she's having a meltdown or she's been having meltdowns all along? And, what do you think? I mean, what do you think about that situation? She said she admits to doing some damage to his 2013 Rolls Royce. But I'm gonna tell you something about me. I've never sat in a Rolls Royce before, so I don't care if it's 2013, 2020, or 28.7. It's still a Rolls Royce to Sister Lori. I don't know nothing about it, so Um, yeah, I'm just wondering if the damages were that severe, because he said it was over $30,000 worth of damage after. Well, I'm assuming that there was an accident as well, that they actually had a crash, and so he said that the law was involved, and the insurance investigators were involved, and so now he you know professes his love for Tamar, and that he loves her from the bottom of his heart, so on and so forth. So I kind of feel like, yeah, I'm not knocking that he doesn't love her. I'm not knocking that she does love him, but I am going to say that that is a very toxic situation, because they have had two really huge media events within the last 2 months. I mean, it was just, I believe, July 17th when the story broke that she tried to kill herself. Now, here it is about almost 2 months later, and we have a situation where she allegedly attacked him, or he attacked her. However, do you remember when she and Vince Herbert were still together, and there were always rumors that they were fighting, and that at one point in time, Vince almost bit her finger off, and he beat on her, he slapped on her, and all these other situations, and allegedly. And so subsequently, they ended in divorce, you know. So, and, it even came out from her mom that she was afraid for Tamar, and even hid in a closet or in a room or something, closed herself behind doors with little Logan, and because they were into it in such a bad way. These are things that the siblings do not discuss openly and respectfully so, but at the same time, um, they were very upset at Mr. Adefeso for speaking out about her alleged suicide attempt. So, I can understand how some would think that, that he is doing it for clout, because, to be perfectly honest with you, before a Tamar, I never heard of Mr. Adefeso. Um, I understand that he's a man of great faith. Um, he is connected to some people um, that are very, very affluent in ministry. So I know that much about him, but I don't know him personally. And I don't know Tamar personally. All I know is what is revealed on camera or in social media, in the media, etc. So, hey, babe. Oh my God. How are you, sugar? I was talking about this situation with Tamar and her fiance, and whether or not it was manufactured on the behalf of her ex fiance. Okay, Mr. Clash Track, what does that have to do with the conversation we're having, though? Okay, I appreciate your input, but we're not even on that topic right now. Okay, all right. And you didn't mention anything about your president, but okay. Anyway, so my thing is, uh, I'm thinking that Mr. Yeah, wrong chat. Bless you. Have a blessed day. Um, so no, that was nice. But anyway, I'm thinking that Mr. Adefeso somewhat um magnify the situation by going, some people, BBK would have said that, for lack of better terminology, it was a BA move. You know what I'm saying? You laughing? Did you laughing because I said something about clashing? Yeah, okay. But yeah, that was odd. But do you think that Mr. Adifeso was cloud chasing? Do you think that he was? I'm just gonna say a jellyback for calling popos and putting out a restraining order on her for punching him in the neck or whatever he's alleging that she did. And do you think that Tamar is in fact in the midst of a mental breakdown in which she cannot come back from? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's being juiced up by Mr. Adifeso to protect his image, to his money? Because like I said before Tamar, I never knew who this guy was. And so a lot of people seem to think, including um, um, not Sarah, the baby girl, you believe Tamar was the aggressor? Oh, okay. Um, Coleman, Cora, Jakes Coleman even said that um, this guy was like not out for Tamar's uh, well-being. But it could have very well been that Tamar was the aggressor. But check this out. Even if she were the aggressor, sis, you think that, I mean, thinking of if you and your boo got into y'all got into a little spat, disagreement, whatever it was, do you expect for him to go home and put out a restraining order on you? Or do you expect him to say, look, go home with your mom, get out, you're gonna put your hands on me, that's enough, that's it, that's over, that's all, it's a wrap? Or do you think it's like he believed that she was just that powerful that she could actually end his life? Because to me, for a big birdie strong man to put out a restraining order to keep her away from him and that type of thing, it's to the point to where she's stalking him, or she won't take no for an answer. He can't get her out the house, this type of thing. But after just talking about wedding plans, you just had the baby at the beach, this type of thing, it just seems a little too manufactured for me. That's all I'm saying. Not saying that he was wrong, because only they know what really happened. But I'm just saying it's just something out of what I know to be the character of most men. And I want to say most men that I know. They would have just been like, okay, listen, put your hands on me one more time, and it's going to be a problem. Or they just, listen, I'm drop you off at your mom's, and that's a wrap. Don't come back. Don't knock on my doorstep. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't, no contact. But, I'm just asking, do you think that, man, you think that, she would have been like really, really like a threat to him or something? I'm just wondering, is it just me? Is it just me? I want to, hold on. And if just in case you want to pop up and holler at your girl, you can come on board. Anybody that want to come in and holler at your girl, you come on in. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it was a little bit manufactured. I think it was, she really does. She does need to be by herself. And if you think about it, when she broke up with Vince, she didn't take a break. It was like they got divorced and then she showed David's face. It was like she didn't, there was no transition. It wasn't until she got a man to what it appeared from me. It wasn't until she got another guy in her life to take her attention off of Vince that she was able to transition from Vince into another relationship, finally divorce him and go on. Because if you remember, they had a very, very toxic relationship, she and Vince, and they were fighting all the time. I'm sorry, give me a second. I'm sorry, that's my baby girl, that my oldest daughter. I call all of my babies, so yeah. But yeah, I think I mean after all of the speculations, when all of the rumors were going around that, you know, Vince was beating up on her and all this, that, and the other, that she was lying and protecting him and saying, no, me and my husband are good and we Velcro and all this, that, and the other. And then the next thing you know, boom, it comes out that he was he was whooping her on her. He was beating on her. And then the next thing you know, they were in divorce court, and then her and David was engaged. It was like, you know, she was off the top. Is that the name of the show? No. Uh, it wasn't the talk. What's the name of that show, y'all? It's on tip of my tongue too. The View, right? No, was it The View? What's the name of that show? I done mixed up all the shows. What's the name of it? Oh my goodness. Why can't I remember the name? The Real. There you go, baby. There you go. The Real, the Real. It's the Real. Right. There you go, BK. You got it right, mama. It was the Real. The Real. That's what it was. So, yeah, that's it. The Real. Yep. The Real. So, when she was on the Real, it was like everything seemed to be hunky dory between her and Vince. And then, she was protected. But they were even rumors then that he was whooping on her when they were on the Braxton Family Values. And then when they had that show, when their own Tamar and Vince, and they were getting in some of the arguments. And all the time on those shows, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, this girl is really this girl is, I mean, this situation got to be way more toxic than it appears to be, because it was like when they were sitting at the table with my man that passed last year in an accident at his wife in April. Um, um, it was like crazy. They were getting in some bad arguments, and I was thinking, like, if it's this bad in front of camera, it's got to be worse behind the scenes. But she kept protecting them, and she kept saying, "Oh, everything cool. Me and my man, this is my man." You know, playing it off. And so she's saying now that she was doing the same thing for LaShawn. Mm-mm-mm. Rest in peace, LaShawn. And it was, as a matter of fact, it was about a year ago. It was a year ago now that he was killed. It was right before my birthday, and it was also a year ago that Kevin Hart got in a car accident. Um, but anyways, Nikki, click the link right above your comment and come on in. If you choose to use the avatar, you can. You don't have to. Uh, but come on in. At any rate, she was protecting him back then, and then when because I thought before, you remember when he got sick after that appearance, I think it was on the Wendy Williams show or something. He got really, really sick. Before then, they had a real bad blowout, and I thought it was going downhill. and then before she got pregnant, and then the next thing you know, she was pregnant, she had a baby, she was on the reel, she released her album, all that kind. You can come on, Nikki. You don't have to. You come on, babe. Just give me a minute. You was just doing something anyway. But anyways, I the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I know you heard about this, BBK, because you'll be on top of it, Mama, is the situation with the little girl, Trinity, in Atlanta. And it turns out that she was Deb Atner, who is Waka Flocka's mom. The little girl is related to them. So this little girl apparently had run away like 3 times. Um, she stole money from her grandmother, which she transferred money from her grandmother's cash app to a cash app that she had. Or girl, yes. Why don't you come on, BBK? Come on. Hey, sister, that's my girl T from the table. You can come on up. Somebody come up, holler at your girl. But yeah, the young lady, the girl who dad and her stepmother had a stepmom violated her as well. You at work? Okay, yeah, I forgot you got a real job. You ain't like me. You got a real job. You making that real money, sis. But yeah, her stepmom also abused her because her stepmother was like egging it on. It was like you working so you can understand. Okay, babe. She was egging it on. It was like she was at one point in the time when the young lady was trying to get away or whatever, she was like, get that B. She was like, when the girl ran for the garage door. I don't know if any of you actually saw the full video, but the full video was about 45 minutes long. I watched about 35, 36 minutes of it because it was like in 3 parts, I think, and I only watched 2 of the parts, and that was enough for me. But from what the stepmom said in the video, she was like, "Oh, it was y'all missed it because it was way better than this. You missed a lot because I just start." Um, okay, you can. That'll be perfect. Thank you, sweetie, for to drop the link. Thank you. I had a portion of a small portion on the last video that I did about it, but I'm pretty sure Miss Tanya probably has a different version because we kind of you know support one another. So anyways, yeah, Nikki, I couldn't. It was a lot. And the thing about it was the stepmom was like smacking and slapping and hitting on her while she was in the chair, and that right there, I had a stepmother that did not care for me. So I understand just how that situation goes. And my stepmother used to wait until my dad worked for Chrysler corporation in the plant, and he worked second shift. So most of the time, my dad, wow, when I got out of school, my dad was going either leaving for work or at work, and he didn't get off of work until most of the time we were in bed. So my stepmother did most of her devilment when my dad left for work. Like she would either stay gone all through the day until he went to work, and then she'll come in and start up so she could throw her rocks and hide her hands. So from that, it was like I was trying to see if I could pin it, but I don't think I can. But yeah. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for putting it in here. But I aren't you okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Um, but at any rate, I know firsthand how devilish and demonic that some people can be towards stepchildren. Everybody is not fit to be a step parent. I have to say that. Not everybody can handle having another person's um, child living in the house, especially when it comes to a woman and a stepdaughter. It's like this woman is intimidated because to her it's not just a stepdaughter, this is another woman in her house getting the attention of her man or her husband, and this is a man, another woman or young lady or whatever that this woman has to, that this man has to take care of and is responsible for. And in many cases, because if this person is a minor, then that child's needs are just as important as your needs, because no one else but that man is responsible for that child. So a lot of women and men can't handle that. You know, they can't handle a child's needs being put before their own when it comes to you coming into a blended family, especially if they're not willing to take the responsibility and honestly being a good parent. Because, like, when I was married to my children's dad, he had children, and we came together as a family. I still to this day don't call them my stepchildren. They are my children. I claim them to be my sons, and they are still my sons. I raised them as my own. I treated them as if they were my own. Their children are my grandchildren. I spend just as much time as I can with all of the grandchildren equally, if it's possible. Now, my daughter's children are a little bit closer because they live closer, but and they are more accessible to me. But for the most part, I do everything I can because I don't see a difference. But everybody can be that way. But my kids had a stepmother that wasn't kind to them. She wasn't kind at all. As a matter of fact, I had to protect them because she wasn't kind to them. So when this, it makes it believable to me, especially when it was said that this girl was not, her mom is not in the picture. Her mom has nothing to do with her or what have you. Her mom is out living her life, doing her thing. She has an OnlyFans page where she's stripping or whatever for the people and all this, that, and the other. But um, it's like the stepmom and the dad is calling the mama whores and she ain't this and that, calling the little girls stupid and dumb and bitches and all this. That's a lot for this is a 13, 14-year old mind. And so if she's stealing money, then chances are she's probably not getting what the other kids are getting, number one, or the attention. If she is running away, it's probably because she's not being treated right in the household 9 times out of 10. And if she's acting big and bad and tough, it's probably a facade that she's putting on simply because she wants to get that attention. There's some more reason for that child acting out. And the fact that she can't see her mama, and the fact that you talk about her mama like a dog in front of her, and she still love her mama, and all the other things. And then the woman to sit there and air the child business out. For her to sit there and tell that this baby is facing adult charges. You hear me? The girl is just facing adult charges, and you put that out on the social media for the world to hear. Now, I'm not going to repeat what the charges were for the world to hear. If I leave that for each and his own to research, but that wasn't cool. That was just not right for them to do that. Yeah, she did this and she did that, and the B did this. Y'all want to know what a real nigga look like? This ain't a real nigga, and this, that. Oh, come on. And then for her big 200 plus pound daddy to straddle her with his genitals almost in her throat and pin her down. Now, it might have been his tough love way, but he was being led by that step mammy, and that's not good. That baby ain't got nobody she can talk to. The mama not there, the daddy ain't can't hear, and the stepmama ain't listening. She don't want to hear. So she's out to fend for herself. It just hurt. Okay, Tanya, you said it's so sad when an adult feels like they have to compete against the child. Yep. And then starts abusing the child, but the bio parent is also wrong to allow the abuse. And the biological parent is blind because he's trying to keep his wife happy. He blind, but you can tell he loves his daughter. He just don't know how to do it. And he's doing whatever he feels gonna keep peace in his home because 9 times out of 10, she a pistol to deal with. But he need to grow a backbone. He need to grow a backbone. That was one thing that my dad and I had. We had a very good relationship. And my dad had sense enough to decipher when my stepmother, he would always tell me when he knew it was going to be hard, but he could not call me, he had to go to work, he would say, stay in your room until I get back or find somewhere to go. I'll see you when I get home. Just stay in your room or whatever. And that's where I stayed. From the time my dad left to the time I got back, then it got to the point to where my stepmom, so that my dad will always call during his shift to check on everybody, see how everything was going. And so that we would not be able to communicate with my dad, or I wouldn't be able to talk to my friends or whatever, she would often snatch the phone out of the wall. Nikki, that's why the phone never stayed plugged up in the kitchen, because she snatched it out so much that it was stripped, it wouldn't stay plugged up. So she would unplug the phone, wrap it up, and keep it in the room with her so that I couldn't use the phone. So when I became 18, had my own income, my dad allowed me to get my own phone installed. So then she started going through my room, either planting things on me in my room so she could make my dad think I was doing something, or scrumming through, scavenging through my room. Our daughter going through the room, putting 1-800-900 charges on my phone and going through my stuff, taking my clothes and all this other, stealing my ID, all kind of stuff. So my dad put a lock on my door. She had a problem with all of that, but my dad was doing what he could do to protect me against my stepmom, and I couldn't go back because at that time, me and my mom had a volatile relationship. And there were times where they got together and they talked about me together. It was rough for me as a teenager, but it just made me be a little too overprotective with my children as a result of it. So, needless to say, that baby is going to need a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of counseling, and that dad is going to need someone to talk him down and let him know that wasn't cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't cool. Now, honestly, the stepmoms slapping and punching on her was yeah, she was crazy. She was crazy. She still is. She still is crazy. My stepmother still is something else. But that the baby's gonna need some help. Trinity is gonna need some help. She is where someone has the finances and the resources to help her now, and hopefully she'll get the attention and the help that she so desperately needs. But yeah, that's that. But I've been on here for like 40 minutes now, just chit chatting. Um, but I did want to. There was one more thing I wanted to touch on. I've been having this debate with my daughter and some other people about the whole president situation. I refuse to call that man name, But anyway, and his dealings and the handling of the coronavirus and whether or not he did a good job or the best job he could do. And she seems to think that he might have done everything that he could do. I don't think he did enough. I really think that he allowed um, the virus to get out of hand before he decided to pick up and do something about it. And I think his motivations were intentional. I don't think it was by happenstance. I don't think he just did it by mistake or anything. I think he intentionally ignored doing anything because, as he and the governor of Indiana and other of his constituents said, if we have to lose a few lives to boost the economy, then so be it. He didn't care about whether or not we lost lives. Now, I say that he didn't care about poor people, period. Whether you're black, white, or indifferent, Hispanic, Asian, African, it doesn't matter. He didn't care. He didn't care about poor people. And he was under the impression that that's who the virus would affect the most, in my opinion. And so he did nothing until the last minute because he felt, well, if we can dial some of these poor folks, then I can win this election by having more people that support me. That's just the way I feel. It's my conspiracy, but that's the way I feel. And I just don't think he did enough. I don't feel like um, if he would have cut off international travel, shut down the country a little sooner, isolated the few people that he knew when it was just at a couple of under 100 or whatever, when the cases were revealed, then I think we probably could have kept the minimum, you know, being close to that situation myself, being that my daughter was a victim of this deadly disease. I think that more should have been done about it at a earlier, not later, not after. Oh wow, this is a little bad. Let's do this or let's do that now. No, because it had to start affecting the rich and famous before people start really saying, oh, okay, we probably should do a little bit more. He should have taken it more serious and he should have put more behind it. He knew it was coming. It was not a hoax as he said it was. And now, he wants to get up and try to save his behind, and that's just not working. Also, even with the stimulus, although we need money, although it would be great to have another boost in the economy by way of stimulus or the unemployment help or whatever it would be. Um, his intentions are to do it just so that he can win the election. It is not because he has any compassion for the American people at large. Let's say that. When he says that he loves the American people, we got a general population of American people that he's talking about. And all of them are wealthy. You know. So when he talks about I want to get this checked out because hey sweetie, how are you? It's Pam. Welcome aboard, sugar. Blessings to you, mama. Y'all got to work out. When I tell you that Miss Pam Money is one of the most encouraging people on the internet, her whole life is about boosting people, encouraging people, advertising your channel. I mean, and she got the sweetest personality. Just wonderful. If you don't know Miss Pam Money, you got to get over there. You got to get over there. And Miss Pam, that is Miss Tanya from the Hood Table. That's my home squeeze. That's my. Not only is she a moderator, she's a good friend. And the Hood Table, she's doing great things over there at the table. Not only does she have the hood table, but she has the Italian slice by slice, where she is well, I mean, where she's showing her cake baking, and she has Tanya Prime Time, where she does all of her updates, TV show updates, and stuff like that. So support each other, get to know each other, shake a hand, blow a kiss, do what you got to do. And BBK, ooh, that's my BBK is the person I've known the longest in here. Now BBK is doing great things. I met her as she one of the original Maddie Monsters, and that's why I met her. But this girl right here, when I tell you, she can get deep on it. She can get deep, 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 deep. That's Miss BBK. That's my love too. That's my big sister. So yeah, get to know each other. But so yeah, it's like again, the stimulus situation, his interest is more in winning the election rather than having compassion on the American people. And that's my thing. It's okay to, don't treat me like a little puppy and pat me on the head and give me a little treat. And then you turn around, you the president, and you don't care about us. I love you, and I'm a fat kid that loves cake. There you go. Especially your cake. But I think that that's all he's doing. He's throwing the dog a bone just because he feels like that's what it is. It's not that he cares about all American people. He just has his pick and choices of who he cares to support, and he wants the rich to be richer, and his perfect world, that's the way it is. And that's unfortunately not it. We have a lot of poor people, underserved people. We have a lot of people that are immigrants, that are beautiful people and faithful and hardworking. A lot of people that came from different countries and came over here and made wonderful lives and helped to make this a stronger economy. So for him to be, asinine to be the way he is, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And do I think he's doing a great job? No. I think he's doing a great job at causing both civil and foreign unrest. To be perfectly honest, he's creating a lot of different wars amongst the citizens of the United States, and he is inciting a lot of wars abroad, and I just don't care for him at all. So I'm not telling you who to vote for, but I'm going to tell you to vote, because a non-vote is a vote. So yeah, I'm on my soapbox, but I'm about to step down because my legs getting tired. How about that? Well, I'm not going to hold you guys up. I know most of you are probably working. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and most of all, subscribe, because you girl, I've been at this for a minute, but I haven't been as consistent as I should. But I need to get over 2,000 real quick, y'all. I got to get over 2,000. Yeah, so I can finally be a big girl, get monetized. I've been at it too long. You're gonna buy. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Miss Pam. And I'll drop in whenever I see you live. I'll drop in. Miss BBK. No, I love. Sometimes she does like the Jeopardy games and all that kind of stuff. And I'll pop in and I don't ever play because I like to see if I can guess the answers to that stuff. And then the hood table, I'm always all up in her chats or all up in the stream, some kind of way. I'm always going to be supportive. I support everybody the best I can. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for liking and sharing. You can also support my little cash app that's going across the screen. I appreciate you if you can support. If you can't, I love you anyway. As a matter of fact, I love you on purpose, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, Nathaniel. So with that being said, we don't say goodbye. we say later for now because goodbye is too permanent. We'll see you again. I'm going to go ahead and let this be the end of this stream. Grab me a little something to eat, and it'll be time for me to go out and get my baby girl from work soon. So you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and maybe whether it be your chat or mine, I'll see you soon on the other side. Later for now. Love you.